Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's reading, still working through, I just went on to Hay House and they have like this quarterly subscription. And I was like, hey, why not? So I got them. And so today we're gonna use the new ones from Radley Valentine called the Animal Guides. And to clarify it, I want to use the Animal Tarot because these two decks, even though you look at the covers, is exactly the same. Same. So this one is the original. And so Radley, he created a whole bunch of decks of cards with a lady named Doreen Virtue. She's kind of one of the people who really helped spirituality boom when it came to oracle cards and all those things. And then one day, I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing, this is just speculation, but she must have been attached to a dark entity, a false one. I don't know, because she really did renounce everything and go only Jesus. And I'm not dissing on anybody's path, right? Everyone has their path to unfold. But what I don't understand is I do like to check in on her channel every now and then still, because I always saw her as very inspiring and positive. And now when I go to her channel and it's only about Jesus, it's very fearful though. I don't understand that. But it's not for me to understand. It's not my path or my journey. But I could only imagine, right? Because this Radley, he did so many decks with her. And then if you think about it, she took everything out of it. And that kind of was like his livelihood too. So I don't even know when I bought these so long ago. And then Hay House was like, this is the newly released one. And I'm like, kinda, but not really. So I went through it. It's still the same decks. There's just subtle differences. I did go through and I went through the, what am I trying to say? The pictures to see if they actually match up, and it's all 100% the same pictures. The only thing that I can notice is this one seems to have, I don't know, I like the old ones better. They seem to have a shinierness to them. And these ones have a different feel. I don't know. Whatever. They're pretty much the same. Let's get into it. No message. Just let's use two decks that are almost the same, but one is the evolved version of it. One has gone through some trials and tribulations and made it through and took that perspective and made it its unique own. Okay, so from the old school deck, we've got Eight of Winter in reverse, Life Experience in the upright, and then the Moon in reverse. Straight up, that's saying somebody freed themselves. Eight of Swords would have been someone trapped in confinement. They don't know how to get in. Here we have a caged bird, and this caged bird is singing, and it's like, help me, help me. But everyone's up here. It wants to go hang out with his friends, and the door is wide open. If it was in the upright, it's like not knowing that the door is upright. But in the reverse, that's like smooth sailing. Why? Because you have life experience. It says important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. You got to get yourself out of that cage. Don't hesitate to move into new directions, and you know what's right for you. Why do you know what's right for you? Because you have the moon in reverse. There's no illusions. You're seeing so clear. There's a full moon lighting your path. Wrong. There's a sunshine lighting your path. But I love this card. Why? Because of the links. Isn't that just such a happy card? I love the little moonbeams. So I'm being drawn to the blue butterfly. And they're showing me, do you know how rare it is to find blue things in nature? Like real blue. A lot of the times, things that we think are blue are actually just like holographic, like reflections. It's like clear almost, and it's like a reflection of the sun. There's not many things that actually have blue pigment. And so when you do find something like a blue, are the butterflies actually have the pigment? I want to say yes, but I don't know if it was the butterfly that taught me that it wasn't, or the blue jay. Something that we see as blue is not always blue. But in this moon, there's no illusion. So I really do feel like, you know that one blue butterfly? It's like blue and black. Do you know how rare and precious that pigment of blue is? It really is. It's something so spectacular. So let's get into the new one. Because in the past, you definitely went through something and it made you grow up. It freed yourself from confinement. It was like feeling trapped. And as I look at this life expectancy, I'm actually seeing a story about butterflies. There's all these butterflies here, and then there's one there, and it said you need to free yourself. So now I'm being drawn to the great monarch migration. Which, have you seen those reels of in Mexico, like that monarch migration? It's mind-blowing how many they are. I want to go. I want to experience that just one time and just stand there and just feel it and see it, but mostly feel. I think that's the cool thing about travel, is like really you can go do the things and whatever, but what I want to do is like just land the plane, get off the plane, and breathe the air. That's it. I just want to feel what it feels like there. I just want to feel the energy. So what flew out? Do you know what's so funny? I was about to say earlier that, you know, this one is well used. It's in reverses. I didn't do any reversals for this. I was going to be like, well, there will be no reversals in this one. And this one flew out. And then the way it landed in reverse. And I find that kind of funny. So, never say never. Things can change. Anything can happen. And I just pulled another one in reverse. Well, silly. They're saying it's trying to make things be like it was in the past. Am I also just holding it upside down? Because we don't want to do that. Okay. The king we're going to take in reverse, but the other ones are in upright. Okay, let's see what the story is. So in reverse, we have the King of Water, which is the King of Cups. It says, warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person. So if it's in reverse, this is not trustworthy. This is not someone loving or devoted. Person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. So this one went underneath this cage that you need to free yourself out of. So there we have this group up here. And they're like, no, you can't get out, blah, blah, blah. From up here, everything to them looks closed, right? They're not being helpful. But this card was in reverse. Take these out of the equation. This bird is like, hey, I can just hop over to that branch. There is a way. Whereas these ones on the other side are like, nope, there's only things but bars. You need to stay there. So it's not the best advice. A trustworthy person. Now, do I actually feel like deceptive or something? No, it's just sometimes illusions, maybe they believe what they're saying. I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. Let's unfold that one a bit more, because you have life experience from this. You have life experience, and there's no illusions. It's just saying don't take other people's advice and get so caught up in them and their plans. Okay, that's what they're saying. Because we'll take these cards, for example. Radley made them with Doreen, and then one day she just was like, nope, not into this at all, and she like denounced it so fast, and like is like I say, I feel a little bit of fear. A lot of what she says, there's a little bit of healing still, but totally respect her to go on her journey, right? There's so many people that do that, and I think as long, whatever experience you go through, oh, the phone might die. Whatever experience you go through, let it flow. Let it be yours. Let it be your experiences and learn from them. Whatever deck of cards you're dealt with, right? Even if that deck of cards is taken away, you can make a new deck of cards. Even if it's the same. It's not the same, but it's the same. Trust you, because maybe sometimes, okay, this is a not trustworthy person, right? This was someone we had plans with, right? They had plans and then they like pulled the rug from under them. So it's hard to be trusting that person when they rip the rug from you. But here, underneath life expectancy, we have the world, which is a completion. By that person pulling the rug from you, you learned not to listen to them. And by not listening to them, you learned, oh, it's so simple. I could do this myself. And by doing it myself, I now gained life experience. I no longer have illusion about where to go, what to be. There's a blue butterfly on the back of these cards. That blue butterfly is on here. And then when I turn this around in the world card, Roy G. Biv butterflies. They're all in there. The Shetland sheepdog. It says, congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. Life experience comes from life lessons. And you did have to meet someone that they're on their own path. They pulled the rug, but you know what? Let them. That's their path, and we all can't be the same, and it really is going to help you find the simplest solution, because up here with these people, they didn't see this, and the way they were teaching and doing things was such a long way, it was almost harder, they say. So you became very self-reliant. I hear you're very confident in yourself now because you freed yourself from something so freaking hard to free yourself from. You gained the life experience, and by gaining the life experience, you learned how to heal and find the compassion and forgiveness. You don't have no grudge. You don't have no hate or malice. You healed. And so now you start this new cycle, and now you have a new deck to work with, a brand new deck. And in Radley's case, I guess he probably gets all the money. So all the proceeds go to him. It's now his. So now with this illusion in reverse, the King of Fire came out. And also the Queen of Fire. I don't know if it's because it's just such a new deck that it didn't get shuffled well, but I only pulled 3 and there's 4 out here. So I really don't know why the Queen is out. So let's learn. Whew, I'm getting chills. I'm getting lots of chills. I got one. Whew. Yeah, like whole body chills. Okay, who's coming through? What's going on? Okay, so the Empress, no, Queen of Fire is the Persian kitty. And then we got the, oh shoot, Katanga lion. There's a lion. Okay, so this one will start. Inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, wise. Now's your moment to step up into the leadership role. Yeah, because you learned the life lessons and you realize you gotta do it yourself. And now that you did it yourself, you're like, oh, this isn't so hard. You built something. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the bigger picture. Now, what's the bigger picture? They say we go to this one. It says, don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. The bigger picture. So they're bringing you back to this world card. The bigger picture. So with this delusion with this friend, it's all blue. And you know, they did something that was untrustworthy, and it really put you through a life experience. But that life experience really helped you shed the illusion of whatever that blue was. It's so that you don't get caught in feeling trapped. So now this butterfly, blue, you went into it, you had your life experiences, you now know to see what this person is. A wonderful opportunity. Why is it a wonderful opportunity? Because it's something so rare. Blue in nature is so rare. And yes, it was an untrustworthy person, and that's as shitty as that is, but man, was that life experience so valuable for you. It actually put you onto this huge migration. And that migration got you those life lessons. Those life lessons learned to step into your leadership role. Once you stepped into your leadership role, then you now had options. There's a red butterfly you can pick. There's the orange one, the yellow, the green. There's still the blue, the purple, and the violet, indigo and violet. By successfully accomplishing what you set out to do, which was free yourself and to heal yourself and not be blue about that untrustworthy person who just pulled the rug. And it was just because they wanted something different. That's what their guides told them, and you have to honor that because that's their healing journey. And so, the bigger picture, you have all colors to pick from now because you stepped into leadership role. So let's read this queen again. It says, talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. So now we're going to go back to the bigger picture. This was the beginning. This is you being stuck, and you're like, I'm going to pimp out this bird cage. I'm going to add fountains, and I'm going to add these curtains, and I'm going to have a bird feeder, and it's like, but that's just a gilded cage. That's not your dreams. That's you trying to make the best of something that's uncomfortable to you and settling. But once you take the bigger picture, you realize there's a whole freaking world. There's a whole freaking world. And not only is there, because in this world, it's just birds. But then they were introduced to transformation that the butterflies could teach you. I'm being drawn to these little wands here. There's one silver and one gold. And I see that as like passing the baton and letting, okay, so I'm not going to say that silver is less than and gold is more, but usually we work our way to gold. So that's how we're going to view this. And so with that one baton, it was a passing of a baton. So you let the silver go where the silver wanted, and you let the gold go where the gold wanted. And so it's like elevating. I almost feel like this one, you were in the silver energy, and it helped you grow into the goldenrod. You had your golden gilded cage, but now you have your like your staff, your wand, I'm seeing a hermit come through, or the old wise man with the stick, and I just feel like this stick really makes you feel stable, because in the bird cage it was way up in the air, and like that, and then now all these things with the world, it kind of incorporated all these other things. What elements do we got here? We started off in air. And the reason why we're in the air is because the water was up in the air. The emotions weren't right, so we're like, ah! And then we were like, I'd get ourselves out of this, and then we really mastered ourselves, and we really drove it down, and then we really stepped into the fire. So I feel like I have to find how these two come together, and it's funny because once I said that, I saw it. These cards were the clarifiers to the moon card. And when I look at them, I was like, what is the similar thing? It's so slight that I can't even really see it. But there's two moons here. And there's just a sliver and then just a sliver. Whereas this one was a full moon, right? Because there was no illusions. And that's why there's no moons in this, because you've really grounded it and fired, like stood in your fire. That's where I'm seeing the rods. It's a rod, fire. And you got the life experience and you learned life lessons. You became so freaking colorful. You are golden or silver or whatever you want. But the main thing that they say with this sliver is the memory of the past. It will always be there. And it will never go away because you lived what you lived. But now I'm seeing it, it's not bothering you. I feel like this probably really bothered you in the past. And then now it's just such a slight sliver that it's like, thank you. I see the bigger picture. And if you didn't do that, then I wouldn't have done this. And then I wouldn't have learned this. And I wouldn't have gotten so freaking colorful and so, it went from being trapped and confined into king and queen, very balanced, both of those. Now it's going back to this wand, that silver and that gold, feminine and masculine. You really learned how to balance everything within you. So Spirit, they want to talk on the yellow flowers. And then when I said that, right, because you hopped over to here and then freed yourself. And then, sorry, just want to get closer. And then from that, okay, that's uncomfortable. From that yellow flower, it led you on that path of discovery, right? So here we got the queen. We still got the yellow flower, but we got the sunshine. We got the sunflower, and that sunflower has a seed that can plant so many fields that your opportunities for abundance and growth are massive. I hope you understand this. And that's why the past doesn't bug you, because now you have sunflowers from that one little flower that you're like, oh, it's so easy. This one's so simple. And then that grew and that grew and that grew. And now you have so many fields that go vast. And each one of those seeds is an opportunity, they say. And how freaking lucky are you for having that? It's not luck. You really did the hard work. You did the soul transformation. And so anyone who calls you lucky, they don't know. They don't know what you went through. It was tough, but you did it and you completed the cycle. So we'll leave it there. Have a good day and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.